And we're live. I got a topic there, so I'll put it on the big screen. Would you spin this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd spin it.
You did read it, right?
I read it.
That's only what, an eighth of it?
Yeah, 12.5%.
Yeah, 7/8 of the time I'm walking away.
Yeah, I'd spin that fucker.
One of them's 500K.
Yeah.
500K, it's a head start in life, but you're not done.
Well,
If
you
it
just
hit
have to spend
500K, I'd
Yeah.
spin it a fucking again.
Oh, really? You're going to go to
Yeah,
25%
And if it hit
chance?
500K a second time, I'd spin it a third fucking time. I would. And here's what I'm hoping. Like, I want it to be one of those things where, like, if it hits the red, that it's just like boom and it's over. I don't want to be like, I don't want Bob Barker to come out of the shadows in a Satan costume and be like, red it is. And the whole crowd goes, red, 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 red. And they like drag me out.
Right.
And, like, put me up against the wall. And I'm looking
13
at all
women
the
in
demons
bikinis with
dancing
Bic lighters
around.
killing you very slowly.
I take it back. You know? As you're in a blind panic.
Big Wax,
Yeah,
Wax, would you spin this?
Nah. Hell no. I wouldn't. I don't mean to be fucking corny, but the greatest gift you have is your life. I wouldn't trade it for any. Fuck no.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Just because you have $10 billion doesn't mean you're gonna be happy.
No, it means that all the people I don't like will be unhappy. Finally.
You can't buy happiness, but you can rent it for a lifetime.
You can buy a lot of unhappiness for those you don't care for, though, and that's what I'm going for in life. That's my motivating factor. So I'll spin that fucker as many times as it takes. Yeah, I'd spin it. What 12.5%? Is that what you said? 1 and 8, 896 point. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'd spin it. Fucking 1/8 of the time you're not gonna make it. That's better than if I just from then on, if I swear off driving for the rest of my life, I probably even out. You know what I mean?
I feel like
Maybe.
I shouldn't spin it now, right? Like, so I've had some good careers. Things are cool for me. It is not worth the risk. But like 21-year-old Woody, where all this shit wasn't really figured out yet.
No dependence.
That's
Yeah,
a
no
tempting
depend-
wheel.
No dependence would
There's a time in my
pump
life.
that fucker.
There's a time in your life when you would have spun Wax?
About the same time, 22, 21.
Yeah, right? There's no
Maybe-
promise of the future you've got now. There's no long tail on all these songs you've made.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's, fucking, you only get one life, man. Like, any risk like that.
Got to go round. Oh, that'd be great, man. When that, any dollar amount, really, even $500,000 would be, just go do something cool with that. I like to think of money in as like things you can do with it or purchase with it rather than just a dollar amount, because that's not as attractive. But you see something like, let me pay attention
So
here.
I did
What
a
was
thing.
the big one was 10 billion. Oh man, I didn't even know.
Go.
that.
Billion.
Oh, I think I pasted the right. Go there, right? And on the right, there'll be a random number between 1 and 100.
Yeah,
Click
make
it.
it 8.
No, just click it and see if you get, 12 or lower, or 13 or
85.
lower.
I am in the green with a lot of dough.
65.
65? What are you getting, Wax?
Random.org, where do you click to actually get the number?
Top right,
Oh,
there's a
so
box
got
there.
you.
Already dead.
I got 50.
50.
Really?
50.
So
I got 50 even. That seems a little bit like, that's weird.
Right down the
I
middle.
got 80. So if I were to just look at this thing and assume like the first 12 was the death, I think I got 100 million out of this.
Yeah, I think I got $1 billion.
Yeah.
No, $10 billion. If you go through. So
And what we
you
could
got
do
1
is
billion.
like,
I think I did too.
Here's what I would agree with you guys is we would all spin it one after another, and we would split the money among the surviving members.
Ah.
When
Of course
start
you like that
calculating
plan,
those
'cause you only have
odds,
5
all of a
million.
sudden- yeah, you start calculating those odds, and all of a sudden this pie looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we'd have to have a rule of like, all right, when we get
Because
to
it's 50-50 that one of us isn't even going to make it.
Yeah, but if you
Right,
did it
right.
like, if we did it a smart way and we're like, all right, we start with the elder and he spins, and then, as soon as we get to 100 million, we quit and split it, enough to live your whole.
No, that's no fair. You're going to spin if I spin. I'm not going to spin till 10 billion and you take your quarter of it and you're like, whoo, glad I didn't have to spin. No, if we get 20 billion, we get 20 billion, but you're spinning.
Yeah, I love
What if
Murka's
we share?
plan.
What if we
Let's start
share?
with Woody. I'll go last and we split the money.
Why would that you would once be that member in the plan as well, the safe one?
I thought we started with the elder.
Like, if one of us gets the red, we all get one leg cut off.
No. I don't want to play that game either.
Kyle has a thing. Yeah, he'd rather be dead than not have a leg.
Yeah.
I get that.
Would you rather be dead or not have a leg?
I'd rather not have a leg, but I certainly get it. Especially a quick shot to the head, or a quick beheading, or or just take a bunch of heroin and they'll throw you off a building or something like.
Ooh.
But not
dinner and a show.
I have a friend who had her foot amputated, and she says now that it's the best thing that ever happened to her.
Why?
She had like a club foot before.
Unless she has an extra foot, then I seriously doubt that.
I think she's dating a pervert.
She had a foot, and she got in her circumstances. She had a foot. She had everything. She had a normal human body.
Okay.
Yeah. She got into a motorcycle accident, and her ankle got all crushed. And for 10 years, trying to heal it, she was in pain for 10 years, and she had addiction problems and just constant pain. And she had did like 30 different surgeries. And then one day they just amputated her foot and the pain went away. And now she has a prosthetic limb and she's learned to use it. And now she works with people with prosthetic limbs and she says her life is better than it's ever been. And it's more rewarding than it ever was before.
Did she have her act together before?
You were going to say okay with a prosthetic.
I was going to say I'd be okay if I've lost my left arm, because I feel like maybe we could replace that with some sort of a gun arm. Like it would have some sort of offensive capabilities. I don't know what. But I'm imagining that when I twist it in a certain way, that it's just going to start shooting a machine gun out of my arm. That's going to be a thing.
Video ideas are endless.
Yeah, I've always thought that, if you get injured, all of a sudden I'm in a wheelchair. It's like, hello, my friends, as if it's Russia, like wheeling in there with like some rockets or something, or if I got a cast on with a machine gun
explosives are coming back to the channel, so you don't know how it could happen.
Start launching. Oh yeah, I was watching those Battlefield videos. They put in Battlefield, they've always put C4 like under vehicles and stuff and launched them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, let's do that in real life. That'd be cool because Battlefield 1's coming out and everything. But yeah, I'm real weird. It's not just a vanity thing. It's also like, man, are you telling me that there's going to be a chapter of my life here at 30 years old where I'm going to start learning to walk again? That sounds rough. Like I got enough shit going on that I want to take care of without learning to walk again. Let's just start over fresh. I'm putting all my money on reincarnation.
I'm going to name a body part, and you tell me if you would rather die.
Scrap it or keep going.
Scrap it or keep going. Front section of your nose.
Scrap it.
Just kill yourself at that point.
Dead without your nose?
Yeah. Unless the doctor tells me they can fix it and make it look normal again, you can't get any pussy without any nose. You start looking like Tyrion in the books. You get laid after that. No.
Half man.
If you look like Skeletor with just a hole right here, and it's always whistling and stuff, and every time it rains, you got to put your nose umbrella on so you don't aspirate. Fuck all that. Kids are terrified of you. They cry when they see you.
What's the HBO gangster show where the guy's got a messed up face?
Yeah, Boardwalk Empire. The werewolf. Yeah. He's missing this much, his whole jaw, and it's all weird, and like he's got this face mask thing. Like, no, none of that. Like, I gotta have a nose.
I
think you could learn to get pussy without a nose, and I also think it'd be a new getting pussy challenge. You know what I mean? It'd be like, damn. It'd be like, not only am I getting pussy, but I'm getting a pussy noseless. You know what I mean? And eating pussy, you'd have
to specialize in smelly pussy.
The same way they're trying to get into the NHL.
You'd be the best pussy eater there was. Your nose doesn't get in the way. You know what I'm saying? You probably use that hole to kind of go around her clit a little bit. You know what I mean?
No woman
I feel like that. When you're
sucking, you like put the hole on her clit and suck like through your nose to like get her off with that. Like, no. No woman is going to be like, yeah, suck my clit with your nose cavity, Kyle.
When you're playing the get pussy game,
you know how much I like when you sniff my clit into your face hole.
You got to get
really like
from the eel girl from Japan. She'd be into it.
The weird girls would want you to like blow your nose into their vagina with a nose cavity or something.
Go to Japan. There'll be someone into it.
Okay, so you kill yourself for a nose, or you'd rather die than the nose.
Done.
Not just 1 ear, 1 1/3 ears. So you lose one of your choosing entirely.
Keep on going. You can get those prosthetic ears. They literally Velcro on or like glue on, and they look 100% real.
Did Big Max just take us to the bathroom?
Eyebrows,
I can never grow eyebrows again.
No, it's not just they shaved them. Someone you know, accosted you, threw you down. You said, "But you like those eyebrows, don't you?" And then they took a knife and they just kind of like pulled it and they sawed both of them off. And so it's like a weird pinkish scar above your eyes.
I keep going. I think we start with maybe some tattooing to like cover the scar, and then some hair implants. We can get that fixed. It's going to be a little. I bet you can fix that for less than 10 grand. Make it look right.
7 fingers and you get to pick them.
I don't want to live.
Okay. Nah, 7's too many. We'll do 6.
6.
It's too many. That's too many fucking fingers, man.
I'm looking like
that means I was like, all right, I keep all of this, but then
right?
all I can do is like thumbs up and like.
I think you'd keep both thumbs, both middle fingers, and an index. That's just a lot of fingers missing.
You're telling me I'm going to be missing these 2 outside fingers, the ring finger and the pinky from both hands. I'm basically going to be the penguin. You can't get pussy as the penguin.
Or get rid of the pointer and the pinky. Keep these 2.
Nah, it's too many fingers, man. I know a guy who's missing quite a few of his fingers because of a congenital birth defect. And look, he's a nice guy and everything. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But there's something in my genetics, something inside of me that when I see that sort of thing, it's a bit abhorrent. I'm very freaked out by it. I don't want to touch him. I feel like he's dirty because of his flipper hands. I know they're not. I'm just saying I doubt he can wash as well as a 10-fingered man. And he works hard. So like they're all rough, and like what comes from having 3 fingers on each hand is they have to do twice the work of a normal finger. So they're all calloused and like meaty, and like the musculature is a little bit different than it should be. They look stringy like that hunchback from the 300 movie. He's got weird muscles in his hands like that. And
it's all like corded and a little like animalistic looking.
I met this guy in Florida one time, and like I knew a day in advance I was going to be introduced to this guy, and nobody told me that he had flippers. And I was like, and I meet him, and he's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mark." And I shook his hand, and I shook the flipper, and I didn't flinch a bit. But I'm shaking this guy's flipper, and I mean, it's a thumb, and it's 2 like penguin style, other fingers that aren't quite normal. He looks like the Danny DeVito's penguin with the fucking hands. And I'm like shaking this thing thinking like someone should have told me about this like weird, like bony appendage with
You don't spring that on someone.
Yeah, it was because there literally is like for the same reason that human beings see a spider, a snake, and they get that immediate like, ugh, like that's coded into us. The reason that we survived and our ancestors didn't is because our ancestors were fucking terrified of snakes. And when they saw one, they ran. They got a stick and pounded it until it was mush or one or the other, because it's fight or flight in that situation. So for the same reasons, it's not that nice to say. When you see a person who doesn't look genetically sound for whatever reason, or maybe this isn't a person we want to breed with, we're in a similar way turned off by them and have this abhorrent feeling like maybe we shouldn't add them to our village, our gene pool. Maybe we don't want them over here. That's not a good person, and that's
natural.
Yeah, it literally.
But like from a social level, if you are introducing someone to someone who has missing fingers or appendages, or maybe they only have one eye, or even really anything like that, any serious maiming action, missing shit, you got to let the person know beforehand. Yeah. You can't just send them in blind thinking that they won't make an ass of themselves, because you don't know how you're going to react to a 1-2-fingered man shaking your hand until you're deep in that, well, not very deep in that handshake. Like it's courteous to that person and courteous
this
to the
one
person you're
long
introducing.
finger that he kind of scratched my wrist with a little bit while we were shaking. No, that's not true.
That's not true. So it wasn't so much like a malady. He just had a fucked up hand. Just really one long finger.
He had
like
one long
monkeys.
finger with tentacles on it that he wrapped around my forearm as we shook.
Just unsettling.
I don't think I've ever shook the hand of somebody with a missing finger that I can think of.
I have on a couple of occasions, and I didn't care for it either time. It just really didn't.